Okay, so like, can we talk about Red Lobster for a sec? You
Hmm.
know, growing up, for me, it was like the fancy dinner spot,
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
birthdays,
Special occasions.
the whole 9 yards. Like, I don't know about you, but for me, it was a big deal.
Oh, totally. I mean, living in New York now, I've got like a zillion restaurants.
So many options,
But yeah, back in the day, Red Lobster, that was fancy.
big time. And those Cheddar Bay biscuits, come on.
Oh, forget about it. Legendary.
Right. And then, Beyonce put them back on the map with Formation.
Totally.
It's crazy to think that same restaurant, not too long ago, filed for bankruptcy.
It's wild, right? Like, how does that even happen?
I know. So that's what we're diving into today.
Deep dive.
We got all these articles, like the whole history of Red Lobster,
Yeah.
from the beginning
To now.
to now, with this new CEO who's like trying to bring it back.
The comeback kid.
Exactly. So are you ready to unravel this whole seafood saga?
I'm hooked already. Let's do it.
Okay, so rewind to 1968, Florida. The first Red Lobster opens.
First one.
And get this, they didn't even serve lobster at first.
Really? No lobster. That's wild.
I know, right? So the founder, Bill Darden, his vision was to make seafood, like, affordable
For everyone.
for everyone.
Yeah.
Even in places where, like, they don't have ocean.
Landlocked states.
Exactly. Lobster was, like, too expensive for that.
Too pricey back then.
Yeah. He wanted to make seafood accessible.
That's a cool vision.
I know. And speaking of accessible, remember the Neptune platter?
Oh, yeah. A
Yeah.
mountain of fried food.
For like, what, $5? Adjusted for inflation, of course?
Totally different era. Casual dining was like the thing.
It was booming.
And Red Lobster, with that nautical vibe,
Family friendly.
rode that wave,
They were huge. And then General Mills bought them in 1970.
Wait, General Mills? Like the cereal people?
Yeah.
Cheerios?
They wanted to, like, branch out, I guess.
Diversify?
Yeah. By the 80s, Red Lobster was like the biggest restaurant chain in the country.
Table service, at least.
Wow. From biscuits to big business. But then things went south,
The decline.
Yeah. What happened? Were people just like over-fried food?
It's more complicated than that. I mean, yeah, health trends changed,
People eating healthier?
but seafood prices also started going way up.
Supply and demand.
Exactly. More demand, less supply, prices go up, plus more competition.
Like other casual dining spots popping up.
Exactly. Suddenly, Red Lobster wasn't so special anymore.
So they had to, like, step up their game, right?
Sopped or die.
Right.
Yeah, but they didn't.
Nope. Missed some big opportunities.
Mm.
Remember when Outback Steakhouse started serving tilapia?
Wait, Outback Steakhouse?
Yeah. It was like a sign of the times. People wanted different options.
And Red Lobster was just stuck in the past.
Pretty much
Yeah.
comfortable with their menu, their customers.
And while they were chilling, the world was changing. And it wasn't just the business, right? It was the people working there, too.
That's the part that always gets me, It's not just numbers.
It's real people. Real people's lives. Like Melissa Coyle, for example.
Who's that?
She worked at Red Lobster for 24 years. Started as a server.
Wow, worked her way up.
Yeah, became a manager. She was loyal, Saw Red Lobster's family.
So to see it decline, it must have been tough.
Heartbreaking.
Yeah. So then in 2014, Golden Gate Capital, they buy Red Lobster from General Mills.
Fresh start.
Supposed to be, right? A chance to turn things around.
New management, new ideas.
Yeah. But then they did this thing called a sale leaseback.
Sale leaseback. Sounds complicated.
It is. They basically sold all the restaurant buildings.
Sold them?
But then they had to pay rent to stay there.
Wait, so they sold their buildings and then had to pay rent to use them?
Yeah. It's a private equity thing.
To, make money fast.
Exactly. But it can backfire.
Big time.
And it did. They were stuck with these huge rent payments.
Instead of using that money to, improve things.
Innovate.
Yeah.
Bad move.
So not the fresh start they were hoping for.
Not even close.
And then there's the whole Beyonce thing. Oh, yeah. Formation drops. Everyone's talking about Red Lobster. And they did. Nothing.
It's like they didn't even try to capitalize on it.
Biggest missed opportunity ever.
Totally. They could have been like the hottest spot again.
Reaching a whole new generation.
Yeah. But they just, I don't know, fumbled it.
Completely.
So then Thai Union comes along. They're like, this huge seafood company.
Giant.
Right. And they decide to buy Red Lobster.
Wait. Thai Union, they'd never even owned a restaurant before, right?
Nope. It was kind of random.
Super random. But they saw potential, I guess.
In Red Lobster, after all that.
Yeah. Plus, Red Lobster buys a ton of seafood, right?
Yeah, so maybe Thai Union figured they could, control the supply chain.
Could be. But talk about bad timing.
Because,
They buy Red Lobster right before the pandemic hits.
oh no, that couldn't have been good.
Worst possible timing.
So what happened? Did they just give up?
Not exactly. But they made some interesting choices. Well, for starters, major cost cutting. Lots of pressure on employees.
To do more with less.
Yep. And then there's the endless shrimp situation.
Okay, spill the tea.
Oh, it's juicy. So endless shrimp starts as this like limited time thing,
Right.
but it turns into like an everyday all day thing.
Oh, yeah. I remember that. Like, people were going crazy for it.
Lines out the door.
People were camping out to get a table for endless shrimp.
It was insane.
What was the thinking there?
I think they just wanted to boost sales, like a quick fix.
Right, but it didn't really work out long term.
Not really. I mean, yeah, people were coming in. It put so much pressure on the staff.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
It was just chaos, and the economics didn't really make sense.
How so?
Well, the price they were charging.
Like $20 or something?
Yeah, around that. It wasn't profitable everywhere.
Not every location can make it work.
Exactly. Plus, people would just fill up on shrimp.
No room for dessert.
Exactly. No drinks, no appetizers, just shrimp, shrimp, shrimp.
So they weren't spending much.
Nope. And there were even rumors, right?
Oh, tell me.
That Thai union was using Red Lobster to get rid of all their extra shrimp.
So the quality probably wasn't great.
Who knows? But it definitely didn't help.
Sounds like a mess.
Total mess. Customers weren't happy, employees were stressed, and Red Lobster was still losing money.
It all makes sense now.
And that leads us to 2024, right?
Bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy.
Over 140 restaurants closed down.
A lot of people lost their jobs.
Yeah, that's the real tragedy, right?
It's easy to forget about the human cost of all this.
Totally. So is this the end of Red Lobster?
Not quite. This is where it gets interesting. Enter Damola Adamolekun.
Who's that?
The new CEO. He's young, 35.
Wow, that's young for a CEO.
Right. But he's got this amazing track record. He was at P.F. Chang's before.
Oh, like the bistro?
Yeah. He basically saved them during the pandemic.
Really?
He totally revamped their menu, focused on takeout.
So he knows how to, adapt.
He's all about adapting.
Interesting.
Get this. I read that he doesn't even believe in work-life balance.
Wait,
He starts his day at 4 a.m. with an 8-mile run.
this guy is intense.
Intense is an understatement. He's constantly working, checking emails.
And he's on.
Always on. I guess that's what it takes to turn a company around.
So what's his plan for Red Lobster? How's he going to fix all this?
Okay, so first, he's simplifying the menu.
Getting rid of the crazy stuff.
Exactly. Back to basics. Fresh seafood, classic dishes.
Smart.
And he's investing in the restaurants themselves, making them nicer.
Clean, fresh look.
Yeah. And he's putting a lot of emphasis on the employees.
Training.
Yeah. But also creating a better work environment.
Trying to rebuild that, Red Lobster family vibe.
Exactly. It's not just about the food, it's about the whole experience.
The atmosphere.
Right. And of course, there's the money, right? Fortress Investment Group, the new owners, they're putting a ton of money into Red Lobster.
Giving him the resources he needs.
Yeah. So he's got a plan, the resources, the energy.
But can he actually pull it off?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Can Red Lobster, shake off its past? Endless shrimp, the whole bankruptcy thing.
It's going to be tough.
It's a lot of baggage.
A lot of baggage. I mean, the casual dining world, it's completely different now.
So many options.
So many options. People are picky,
They want quality.
They want value.
They want an experience, right?
Exactly. It's not just about filling your stomach anymore.
So can Red Lobster compete?
I think it depends. Adamolekun, he's got to deliver, right?
He's got to prove him wrong.
Prove that Red Lobster is more than just, a place to get cheap shrimp.
It's a redemption story.
Totally. Second chance.
The power of leadership.
I'm fascinated to see how it plays out.
Me too. So what does this all mean for, the average person? Why should they care?
Well, I think it's a reminder that, even the biggest brands, they're not invincible.
They can fall.
Yeah. And they have to evolve.
But they're relevant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Red Lobster, they got stuck, didn't adapt.
And it cost them
big time. It's also a reminder that, quick fixes, they don't always work.
long-term thinking.
Exactly. Thai Union, they were all about cutting costs, making a quick buck.
Short-sighted.
It hurt the brand, hurt the customers.
It's all connected.
Totally. And then, there's leadership, right?
That's huge.
Huge. Damola Adamolekun, he's a different breed.
Intense guy.
He's got this vision, this energy.
He's betting everything on quality.
Value.
The customer experience.
It's a gamble, for sure.
But it might just work.
It might. It'd be amazing to see, right? Red Lobster, back on top.
Total comeback story. From the brink of collapse.
It would be a testament to, like, the human spirit.
The power of innovation.
And understanding what people really want.
So big question. Is Red Lobster going to make it?
I don't have a crystal ball.
But
I think they have a shot.
you're optimistic.
Cautiously optimistic. If Adamolekun can actually deliver
On his promises.
on his promises.
Mm-hmm.
Quality food, good prices, happy customers.
It's a tall order.
It is. But hey, crazier things have happened.
Right. So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the big takeaway for our listeners?
Well, I think, first of all, it's a reminder that no brand is too big to fail.
No matter how iconic.
Exactly. We got to keep learning, keep evolving.
Right. Get complacent.
And, it's not just about profits and losses.
There are real people involved.
Always. So next time you see a Red Lobster, maybe you'll, think about their story.
Their journey.
The ups, the downs, the potential comeback.
It's a wild ride.
It is. You might even be tempted to, give them another try.
I know I am. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of Red Lobster.
Always a pleasure.
Till next time.